Welcome everyone. This is another flight I'm going to do in my VA that has made up a nice little achievement that's going to take us around the edges of Spain and Portugal, and because it's so long it's going to be over several legs, so I thought what better way to do this achievement and make a few videos out it and have some fun along the way. So as you can see, my plane's just getting set up, so I thought I'll let you have a wee read and see what this achievement's all about. And hopefully some of you Spanish people can spell that title for me. I'll give it a go. Is it Si no va por todo no vayas? Don't know if I said that correctly or not. I'm sure MD will tell me in the comments below if you're Spanish and you're able to watch this. But yeah, I've maybe just butchered the language a wee bit, but oh well. So as you can see, my plane's getting set up at the moment. I'm just doing it as cold and dark. I think I'll start all my flights like this, cold and dark, and I was trying to switch them all off and shut them down at the end of the flight as well. But most of the legs won't have the full flight, I'll just have wee bits, highlights through it. But there was quite a few POIs close to the airport on this one, so I had to do most of this video with you watching the whole, more or less the whole thing, until we get to the middle of the flight, which I cut out. Okay? So while the Garmin's and everything's getting set up, let's just see how we are. Most of this, I've done a few legs already by this point, and most of these legs, scenery's pretty good, must admit. And this is just the basic sim, because I've no any add-on scenery at all, apart from the world updates, but yeah. It's actually quite good. And I'm getting more practice in this little plane as well, which is even better. I'll just use this aircraft a little more. It's perfect for it because it did say NAGA plane, so yeah, maybe we'll chop off this guy's head. We don't chop them off. Get my co-pilot to kick in.
Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee, ready to taxi west departure with Kilo.
Bravo, Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee, taxi to and hold short of runway 28 using taxiway Delta Tree, cross runway 28 Delta 1 cross runway 12 Charlie 6 Tango 5 Tango for Charlie for cross runway 12. Contact tower on 118.5 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 28 using taxiway Delta Tree, cross runway 28 Delta 1 cross runway 12 Charlie 6 Tango 5 Tango 4 Charlie 4 cross runway 12 Uniform Zulu Yankee.
Well, what a bit of a mouthful that was. The ATC there. Well, maybe this is a poignant thing to say that maybe I should have looked up the charts, because I'm just going by the sim at the moment. As you can see, the sim's got me going on quite a bit of a detour, I can say the least. So it does take me a wee bit of time here, so that's why I'm speeding up just a wee bit, just to see where we're going. And I'm so glad I've got my blue arrows on, because taking note of all that kerfuffle would have been a nightmare. Maybe IRL, I would have hated that IRL, but yeah. And this is where I realise I'm going up a runway, which I don't want to do. So I double check to see, and yes, of course it is. We're supposed to just cross a wee bit at the back there. Let's go up the back route. This airport is a bit of a funny with the runways. There's quite a few runways about, so it'll teach me the next time to go and look at the chart and bring the charts up and stop using the sim constantly. Because it does have me going quite a bit of a detour. But I'm sure when I recorded this as well, this was live weather on this leg. You'll see further down the line with some other videos that I forget to change my settings, but I'm sure on this first leg this was live weather, so it does look as though it's turned out quite nice around here. At least I hope it was live weather. At least this will give me a bit more longer as well with the taxiing and learning with that as well. So hopefully seem to be getting better and better. Still a bit heavy handed on the brakes, right enough, but I'm trying. I decided just to keep all this taxiway in for you as well because well, I don't really have a reason actually. I'm just trying to think of something there, but don't have a reason other than enjoy. No. I like to show my takeoffs and everything coming off of runways and landings and things, at least in most of my videos. I can't show the whole thing, I will show my takeoff and landing. So that's partly the reason why I'm taxiing here as well. And I'm sure this little achievement is split up into, just double check here and I'll soon tell you. To Spain, there we go. I just need to use a computer here, just a wee second. I'm sure it's split up into, was it 9 legs, 10 legs, 19 legs? Nope, hang on. 21.
Tower Bravo, Sierra, uniform,
So 21 in total.
runway,
So
28
it's
ready
good,
for
a good
departure west,
series here. So hope you are going to enjoy it.
Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee altimeter 29er.9er 21310 at 15. West departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 28.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 uniform Zulu Yankee.
And the bill will be uploaded as and when I can get a chance to go in the sim, so hopefully I don't have too big a gap in between. You like the series, but what I'll make is I'll make a playlist of just this tour, so it's easy access. If I do end up leaving too big a gaps in between, you can go back and have a wee peek at the rest legs. That's my plan. So hopefully. This is another runway. What are we doing here? Are we crossing this one again? Looks like it. So I thought we were heading up that way and out, but these arrows are confusing. Hey? See what I mean about these runways at this airport? A little bit confusing here. I'm sure 28's the kind of direction I'm in. Is this runway down there? Alright, okay then. Right, we'll go straight ahead. We'll use this runway ahead of us. And I don't think I go all the way up to the numbers, and I just sort of start taking off roughly from round about here, and we'll just use this bit. That's what I plan on doing. Let's just take off. We're on a runway. Nobody's around. It's pretty quiet by the looks of things. So let's go. Get ourselves up in the air. Lots of things. And what I do at this point as well is, because I know the couple of POIs right beside this airport, my aim was
Uniform Zulu Yankee, continue for west departure.
Bilbao Tower Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee, continue for west departure.
my aim was to manually fly over to the POIs, but I end up turning the plane round the wrong way, as you can see, and I end up doing a bigger circle round to rejoin, and then we fly over the airport again in a wee while. So while I was doing all manual skills here, I thought, what better way, let's just keep this bit in, since it's me hand flying. Which we don't get very often off me, because usually I like to stick it onto autopilot as soon as I get myself up into the air. But I thought, no, let's just... I didn't mean to take a bigger circle and go so far outward towards our plan, but as you can see, the terrain's not very handy around here. So I was trying to keep myself away from the mountains and things, keep myself low enough that we can see these first POIs, because they're quite close together, right beside each other. While we're turning around here, I think one's a bridge and another one was supposed to be a museum. It was close by. And I wanted to be able to see the two POIs rather than just flying straight ahead towards the airport. I wanted to try and put a wee bit of scenery in. So I stuck in with all because the person that made the tour had given us a very handy document of all the sites that we'll see along the way. And there was quite a few mentioned on this wee flight. There was only a couple I could do on the sim because of my scenery. So I wanted to make sure that these first two were definitely in for definite. And this is my way here. But when I took off, if I continued going to the left instead of going to the right bank, I wouldn't have had to come round in this big circle. Well, it's giving you a wee bit of viewing pleasure while I'm doing it, and it gives me practice manually flying. Because I'm trying to get better at not turning it too steeply, too quick sharp moments. Just want to do nice wee smooth transitions. So I'm trying my hardest to start learning how to do that. Because I do have a habit of just pulling the stick to that direction. Planes don't like to certain judgments, so I'm going to start getting used to just making them wee small adjustments. I thought this was a best way. And look, here we go. We're approaching that waypoint here, so we must have been just flying over the airport not that long ago. Beside the airport, I think we looked down towards the airport. Did we do it? Can't remember if I did or not. But anyway, we're coming over this hill. See, yeah, is that the airport down there? Just remembering I'm still manually flying here at the moment, so looking elsewhere and not watching my planes, not a great idea. Here's one of the bridges down here. I kept these wee pointers on because I wanted to keep them on so I could see where I was going, since I'm not familiar. I don't come down low enough, but these was supposed to be the bridges, and then just shortly after it, this building here was supposed to be this museum, and there was a better picture of it, so there must be better scenery out there, but the scenery here is not too bad. I mean, you can still see the town and everything around about here, so don't do too good a job with them. Maybe I could have flew around them a wee bit longer, but I think my aim was here was just to keep myself in the air nice and steady and sort of try and get myself into a position that I could release some of the pressure and get autopilot to kick in. You can see here the scenery is quite nice, especially as we look. It's a lake or a river. A river. I'm sure out in Spain will be able to tell me around about this area. Yeah, so that's me putting autopilot on. Let's just check everything's hunky-dory. Get it into nav mode. Make sure that I'm still climbing just a wee bit, because I don't want to miss these mountains, if any. What's that say? Okay, that's fine. That message can just disappear. Right, well, things are starting to look good. I'll just come out here to chase cam and I'll let you get some. Oops. At this point, I realised I've not been putting my gear up. Whoopsie daisy. The things you've got to remember. I mean, I need to start learning. But there you go. Gear's up now. And I thought I'd come out to chase cam while the plane's taking care of itself and have a wee look around, get a better view of the scenery. Which to me, nice sunny day, actually looks quite nice around here. Maybe this is some sort of factory building, I don't know, maybe.
Zulu Yankee leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Bilbao Tower Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee frequency change. Bilbao approach Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee is type C182 RG 5 miles west of Bilbao 1000 feet. Request flight following.
Bravo Sierra Uniform Zulu Yankee Bilbao approach. Squawk 6305.
Squawk 6305 Uniform Zulu Yankee.
Uniform Zulu Yankee radar contact 5 miles west of Bilbao 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger Uniform Zulu Yankee.
There's no POI there just underneath. Well, ETC was taking care of that as well. And I do notice that I've got a couple of mountains here, and because of this thing with the mouse at the moment, it doesn't turn. I thought, I'm not going to make that, so I'll come off autopilot and I'll manually guide my way round this little peak, just to be sure we don't go crashing anywhere. those look okay afterwards, so put yourself back onto autopilot and get yourself back on that line. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just maybe just increase just a wee bit, just in case. As you can see, the mouse, there we go. It does play up every so often. We get there, but it plays up with the buttons. It's not much fun when you're trying to fly, but yeah, you can cope with it, it's quite good. So, looks as though we're on our way, so a little bit of chase cam, and what I'll to do is, instead of boring you with the rest of the flight all the way over, because I did put a POI just to come into the town, to come round and into the airport, but I didn't want to bore you with all that, so I've just jumped ahead here to the approach coming in that I'd set myself up on. And I think what I ended up doing was, although I set myself up nicely with the approach, it didn't seem to be working too great coming down. I think what I end up doing again, because it's nice scenery, it's nice visual weather, is maybe disconnect from autopilot and manually use my skills once again. Pretty sure that's what I do on this leg. Just remembering that far back, because I have recorded a few legs on the same day. So I'm trying to remember which one's which. But I think this was the one that I decided to manually take over. Because we can quite clearly see it ahead of us there. Yes, it is, look. I thought so. I don't often do this manually coming in, especially this plane, so hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't mess this up. The weather outside is really clear, so it's, you could see the runway from miles back, so it was handy to do it this way, maybe practice a little bit of visual flying. I know some of the real airline pilots have got to do this from time to time to keep their, is it some sort of section on their licence active, they've got to do so many hours, even in the big airlines, so yeah. Why not? Just try and keep centerline myself, hopefully. The weather's on my side as well, so that's even better, and I think that's why I chose to do it this way. See the concentration, even with me just watching it, the concentration here. Yeah, it's looking good. A bit high, but it is looking good. Yes! Look at that. Yeah! My £100. 100 barriers broken. Yeah! Oh, this is a perfect video. Yep, I like that one. Might not be the best landing, but yeah, I broke my 100. I'm getting there. I'm happy. Just slow it down. I remember when I did this in the sim, I was jumping for joy as well, I remember. Because that was not a bad wee landing. Yay. And it was all manual too. Even better. Even better. Let's just see, yep. I like to get that because I like to get the G-force as well, because I do put that into my perhaps we call them on the airline. So I do try to get that visual aid. And since Copilot hasn't kicked in, let's just get my parking set up. Yeah, I'm so happy about that. Yay! That's 84, yes! Well,
Taxiing to General Aviation Parking via Taxiway Tango 1 Tango 2 Bravo Uniform Zulu Yankee.
here we go, I'm just using the taxiways again because, again, I haven't looked up the airport. I just wanted to do this as a scenic route more than anything and work my way as we go. And what my plan was as well was when I do come in and park here, that was just going to not shut down, keep the plane rolling and just take off again and head off in the next direction. But what I ended up doing is I did take a wee bit of break in between, so for the kindness of the videos I decided, because I was taking that break, I'll just do my shutdown procedure. It'll give me my logbook for my perhaps screenshot as well. So we'll, even though I did have the sim open and I did come back to it, I'm going to shut down the plane and restart it again and do them on 2 separate videos. And I might just do that all the way through. Because 21 Legs is going to be a nice wee playlist here. And it's going to take me some time to get round. But yeah, I'm quite happy and I'm quite enjoying it. And once we complete it, I might even take my planes and maybe start trying doing some of the other ones. Yeah, let's just pull in here. Where's it parking is? Oh, there it's there, okay. Just in the middle of nowhere, that's fine. Don't often get them to come into parking as well, so I need to start doing that more often as well. There we go, green box I'm in. Not perfect, but it's in my area, I'll do. Happy with that. And what I'll do is yep, nice wee flight. Start doing some of our shutdown procedure here. I think this is where I picked up my notes in between just to see what I was doing. Flicking through all my different screens to see what was what. And as you notice, I kept on having the beacon ones on all the time and I thought, oh, did I use taxi lights, did I? Did I not? Oh, I can't remember if I switched them on or not, if I had them on all day. But they're all off. That's the main thing. switch the batteries and things off. And I think instead of pulling out the mixture on this one, what did I do mixture on this one? There was one that I shut down the engine before the mixture. And I think both treat the sim as though I'm shutting down. And this one's a mixture. So as soon as I pull this out, it shuts down the sim. Yep, there's my logbook for my screenshot. So until the next leg, I hope you had some fun, and I'll see you all soon.